Today we continue talking about the dress cut on the bias. The most important thing is that I pin the two waistlines. Do not stretch the fabric. If the edges don't match for a millimeter or two, leave them this way. It's okay. You mustn't stretch the fabric. Have a look here. I pinned the edges together, and now I put the ruler here and draw a line I'll use for tacking. It's very important for the line to be straight. Very important. You can't tack by sight. Do not hope that the edges are even. Put them on a table, pin, and draw a line. Then tack along it. I'm showing you how to work with the dress cut on the bias very thoroughly. This is very important. Just imagine how lucky you are. We show you the techniques which took us a long time to find. You just need to watch the video to learn them. Even if you cut very attentively and pin the details accurately, you can't be sure that the lines are even. It's almost impossible. That's why I show you how to work with the bias cut so thoroughly. Have a look here. The tacking is perfect. You should stitch the same way, very carefully. Stitch slowly and control the process with the both hands. Stitch a couple of centimeters and check. We don't need the folds. Attack the seam up from the waistline. Watch what I'm doing. I lay the fabric not like I want to, but how it naturally lays. I understand that you want to stretch the fabric, but you shouldn't do it. I will take it all out after the fitting when I make sure that everything is okay. Then I'll cut out the second layer and start from the beginning. Always make the lining or the second layer after the fitting. You need to make sure you are doing everything right before cutting everything out. I'll show you how to check the seam. Hold the item this way and look at the seam. Everything is okay. When I stitch and iron it, it will look very good. If any problems occur at this moment, do not try to continue sewing. Don't straighten the seam with an iron, it's pointless. I pinned the waistlines, and now I see that the back is longer. Don't try to gather it so that the angles match. Lay the fabric out this way. Can you see the difference? Don't stretch the fabric anyway. I take a ruler again and draw a line. I can't even draw a good line. Tack slowly, stitch by stitch. Haste makes waste. It's better to spend more time now on tacking than later a lot of time on fixing. Notice that I lost the line, but I still try to make a straight one here. This is what you should pay attention to now. You can see that the edges don't match. Do not cut the extra pieces after the fitting. You can do it only after you stitch the side seams, edge, and iron them. You can fix the bottom only when you check all the seams. You can see that these parts don't match neither, but I don't stretch them. It's very important to make the right moves with an iron. I don't let anyone iron any item this way, only press. The bias cut requires being very gentle, otherwise, you can damage the item. Tack very slowly. The side seams are ready, now I need to tack the shoulder seams. And then I'll cut out the sleeves. If you do everything accurately, the shoulder seams will always match. One shoulder can be wider than the other. Tack the shoulder seams this way. I wanted to have the scallops on the edges, but there are the scallops only on one side of the lace, so I won't have the scallops on the sleeves. Maybe I'll use this piece for the neckline. I'm not sure yet. I'll leave the lace this way for now, and I'll make the usual lace sleeves. Notice that in the armhole I add only to the width. I also carefully cut out the tack. It should be very smooth. Smooth and narrow. There shouldn't be any extra pieces in the tack. I use the white thread to mark the front. This way. In order not to waste time later. I'll tack the tacks now. I put the pattern aside. This sleeve was made on the basis of the basic pattern. I just changed it the way I need. It's very simple to do it. Such sleeves are in trend now. I try to find the right side. Here it is. Now have a look here. Tack the tack slowly. Don't make a wide seam. This is the tack. Notice how smoothly it turns into the sleeve. I don't have any folds here. You need to do the same thing. I won't make a lining for the sleeves, so this is how they will look like. This is the dress and these are the sleeves. I tack the tucks and the inseam. Now I need to attach the sleeves to the dress. Attach the tuck to the shoulder seam. Put the first pin here. Attach the tuck to the shoulder seam and put the first pin here. Now start tacking. I gather the lace a bit. The seam is 7 mm wide, not more. Notice that I don't have any folds. Control everything with the fingers. You can see how I gather the lace a bit. Just a bit for the shoulder to fit me better. I will tack to the middle and then I will start from the other side. You can see that I show you how to tack in the sleeve very thoroughly. We also revised the lesson, not as easy as it seems. Let's continue working. I turn out the piece I tacked and check it. The fit is good, there are no folds, so everything is okay. I want you to understand that you need to practice. It takes one person 2 days to decide how to make an item and the other to make 2 items. You won't ever make good items unless you practice. You won't understand anything about the design, style, and so on. Nowadays, there are a lot of books about the fashion. The stylists give people advice. Of course, I look through them. I respect their ideas. They say that everyone should have a black pencil skirt, a sweater with a V opening, white chemise, and so on. I agree. But it's not for me. I can't wear such clothes. It won't be me anymore. If you need to wear such clothes to work, it's okay. But those who don't can decide what to wear themselves. Try wearing all the clothes you like. Now we need to decide what to do with the edge of the sleeve. Remember that we have a bias cut, so the armhole sags a bit. I tack the upper part. Now lay the bottom like I told you. You can see that the side seam and the inseam don't match. It's because I moved the side seam a bit. Pin the sleeve just like it naturally lays. We'll turn it out and have a look at it. If you try to make the edges match, the sleeve won't fit you. Even if the difference is bigger than I have, don't worry. If you do everything accurately, it will be okay. I'll show you very useful information. This is how it naturally fits. You don't need to adjust the second sleeve according to this one. You'll see that it will look exactly the same. Let me show you the other side too. Check everything, and now let's turn it out. Look how good it fits. It's perfect. Now I can take it. I won't cut the extra pieces now. I'll do it after the fitting. One sleeve is ready. I think it will fit perfectly. Let's tack the second sleeve. I won't show you how I do it because it's absolutely the same. I tack the second sleeve. You can see that the wrong side looks just like on the first one. The 2 sleeves are absolutely the same. The seams match. Turn the dress out. I'm ready to try it on and show it to you. The sleeve is very good. The fit is perfect. It's because we did everything accurately. Now I'll try the dress on. This is how it looks like. I haven't fixed anything yet. It's just tacked. Have a look at the chest tuck. I moved it a bit higher, knowing that it will sag on a dress cut on a bias. I moved it 4 cm higher and now it fits me perfectly. You may think that the dress is too wide here, but when we iron all the seams, the dress will sag a bit and fit me good. For the tuck not to be too long, I moved the side seam a bit. I moved it closer to the front. Now I'll show you the back. The dress is pretty wide, just like I wanted it to be. When I add the second layer and iron it, I'll make it a bit shorter. Not much though. Such a wide dress looks good if it ends on the knee level. Now it's too long for a wide dress. It will fit me better when I add the second layer. The sleeves are perfect. Maybe I'll add something to the edges, because I couldn't add scallops there. I'm not sure yet. If you want to make a perfect item, make it yourself. It's the best way. Girls, don't be lazy. Have a look here. The dress is pretty wide, but it doesn't make me look fat. That's all for today. My name is Paukšte Irina. Subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.